I remember seeing the trailers for Zootopia and being just so blown away by this film's presentation. That Shakira song, the amazing, colorful city design, and I mean, of course, the characters. It honestly felt like Disney had made this movie with a certain audience in mind, which of course had me very excited to check out this film. I remember thinking, man, wouldn't it be so cool to like rent out a whole theater for this movie's premiere? Like crowding those seats with friends and fursuiters alike. Like, we couldn't like do that, right?
No way. Not this time. No. It's totally made up. It's false. No way. Not a chance.
Well, the idea really stuck with me, so I decided to pitch the scheme to some local furries to see if anyone wanted to step up and take on those hosting duties.
Nope.
No.
Ugly. You are disgusting. I'm gonna kill you.
No.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Now, to be fair, I got it. Like, this was gonna be a pretty heavy upfront cost. Not to mention the actual work involved in organizing the venue, the attendees. Like, am I really prepared to really take on all of this stress and work? I mean, what a stupid goddamn question.
Of course!
I decided I was gonna step up to the challenge and reached out to a local theater. Initially, their reactions were okay, though I admittedly sidestepped talking about the costumes, just confirming the costs and the options available. But I did have to bring it up if we'd planned to actually do this the way that I wanted to. So like, with the group that would be attending, a few of them may be coming in like animal costumes and such. Is that okay with you?
Animal costumes? What do you mean, like mascot costumes?
Yeah, let's go with that, like mascot costumes.
I'll have to ask my supervisor. Is it like a fundraising thing?
A fun... No, it is not.
Right. I'll get my supervisor to email you.
Okay, thank you. Well, shit. I hope I didn't blow that. But, true to their word, a day later I got an email from the manager at the time, who gave us the okay for the costumes. Yippee! And hit us with the prices for the theater. Now, to stress, I'm a pretty frugal skunk. Being a hellspawn creature that lurks in your peripheral vision is more of a hobby than it is an actual job, per se. And the job I had at the time of planning this sucked massive amounts of ass. Still, we could rent one of the deluxe cinemas, which seats a maximum of 43 people in it. The rows were wider apart and the seats more comfortable than your standard giant theater, and the best part is, because there were less seats in the cinema to film, the overall price was lower at only about $750. So okay, that's not too bad. Too much for me to tackle on my lonesome, but doable if we can get the word out. So quick math, if the theater's costing us $750 and we have 43 seats, provided each of those seats are filled, tickets would be running at a little over $17 a head. But that's assuming we sell every one of those seats too, which like is kind of a stretch to be honest, but fuck it. Let's just set up the event page and gauge interest.
Listen, start!
I initially prepared for it to be a lot smaller of a turnout than what we needed, so instantly ponied up about $200 from myself, to hopefully help bring the costs down for other people who wanted to come but maybe weren't in the best spot financially. Little did I actually know that there were actually quite a few people that were excited for this event, a lot of which who pitched in much more than they needed to. More and more people were starting to jump on board. We even had some groups traveling 8 hours down from Auckland to attend. Word was spreading fast, and people were eager to be there, which was great. Because, whether I had 40 people attending or 4 people show up, I was still going to have to magic up that $750 to pay the cinema on the day. So time passed, the days got closer and closer, and the seats kept filling up. Remember that 750 we needed? Well, now we were sitting at 1,250. Oh god, now I was getting nervous on what to do with the leftover amount. So I ended up reaching out to an awesome friend and local artist who was also attending the event.
Hello.
Hey, Jack's cat. It's Milkshake.
Oh, hey Milkshake.
Hope you've been keeping well and everything. I was actually calling in hopes that you might be open for a commission by chance.
A commission? I sure am.
Awesome, that's great news.
What did you have in mind?
Okay, so like a picture featuring me and 16 other furries, all sitting and watching a movie screen.
So, 17 characters total?
Yeah.
Sure, I think I can make it work.
What an absolute trooper. So I took the names and ref sheets of the top contributors to the event. This wasn't something I'd actually mentioned I'd be doing initially, but with all that leftover money I was talking about, and the general good spirits of the community, I really wanted to do something special. It wasn't exactly like a surprise either, as I did have to be like, hey, you, stranger, give me that ref sheet. Give me it. But the artist even managed to smash out the art in time for the day as well. Coupling the art with a bunch of food platters and drinks for the event, for all the attendees, and we had ourselves a game plan.
Hey, Milkshake, just letting you know, some of the attendees are, talking about hotboxing one of the bathrooms.
They... What? One of the attendees tipped me off about some rather dubious plans made by some of the moviegoers. And like, look man, I get it. I'm cool too. I may not partake in the devil's lettuce, but like, I ain't gonna be a square. This is unless you're going to do this when my personal name is attached to the theater rental and I happen to work at this motherfucking mall. So naturally, I pulled the people aside just to, you know, politely impose upon them my duress at this situation. If y'all get stoned in the embassy bathrooms and I lose my fucking job because I get slapped with a mall ban, I will eat your fucking limbs! Well, okay, shit, man, it's cool. Good! Thank you for being so understanding given the circumstances. I really needed my job. It was finally time. April 10th, 2016. We made our way to the city, converging with the other attendees and meeting up early to grab some lunch at the mall. As our ranks grew, we realized it might be a good idea to shift over to the local park, where we could relax as the stragglers and fellow goblins finished arriving. Soon enough, it was time to make our way to the theater. I paid the final bill at the kiosk, and we took over the deluxe lounge as the staff hurried to start bringing out the food platters we paid for. They had one of those giant standees of the movie set up with all of the characters, so, I mean, naturally we all discarded our feeble human disguises and got photos with it. And with all the attendees hanging around, we probably looks like some kind of crazy cult that were worshipping the funny cartoon animal people. It was a good time. One of the attendees actually surprised me with a gift, a metal badge reading, Host Milkshake. Honestly, this really blew me away. It was such a cool gesture and really had me feeling pretty appreciated for all the crazy twists and turns this little screen had thrown at me. Soon enough, the clock struck 6 and the theater doors were opened up. I took the names and we made our way into the theater. Some in full suit, the absolute troopers, a couple in partial, and the majority just bowling in casual to, you know, not obscure the film. I sat amongst friends, with my badge around my neck as the film began. Honestly, in retrospect, this was one of the best days of my life. After the meetup was a huge success, we talked about some other movies we could organize a similar meetup for. Sing was another contender we'd considered. I even got an email from the manager I'd been working with who asked for some photos of the group that we had taken so that they could pin them up on their staff wall, which was like a really nice little thing. Sadly, New Zealand suffered a massive earthquake, and in December of this same year, the event cinema we had so graciously been hosted at was demolished.
The Hutt Valley, the quake-damaged cinema complex and part of the car park at Queensgate Shopping Centre in Lower Hutt are to be urgently demolished. The Hutt City Council announced last night that the buildings were unsafe, and the owner, Diversified NZ Property Trust, announced their demolition plans this afternoon. Eric Frickton.
The mall had taken a lot of damage from the quake. But you know, it's not all doom and gloom. Just this year, the cinema has actually reopened, albeit under new ownership. And with the announcement of Zootopia 2, maybe we could try and host another meetup like this again. Would any of you guys be interested in coming along this time around? Or maybe you did come along to the original meetup, or went to one wherever you all are in the world. Please let me know down in the comments. And once again, just thanks for watching this fun little trip down memory lane. Until next time,